Two people from Florida have pleaded guilty to stealing and selling the private diary of President Biden's daughter, Ashley. Biden's daughter was moving from a friend's home in 2020, and she left behind some personal items, including her diary. They were found by a woman who, along with a friend, sold them to the conservative activist group Project Veritas. They've been ordered to forfeit the $40,000 they were paid, and they now face 5 years in prison.
Now, do you guys remember, not only in the campaign of 16, but during Trump's presidency, how many news stories there were about Trump and his weird obsession with his daughter, Ivanka? He's like, got the hots for his daughter. Look how he touched her waist at the Republican National Convention in 16. Remember? Didn't you read a bunch of this stuff?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
The media love this story. Like, he's creepy. He's a perv. There's something between him and the daughter. How many stories have you read about Joe Biden and his daughter? Approximately
0.
None, because the media has run full cover for Joe Biden on what was in the contents of his daughter Ashley's diary. Now, this diary was stolen by ne'er-do-well and then marketed to people like James O'Keefe, who also now is potentially in trouble with the law, though it's not illegal for a journalist to take stolen goods and publish them. The New York Times did it with Sarah Palin's emails. What's illegal is if the journalist is in on the theft, pays for it, encourages it, that kind of thing. So far, there's no evidence of that that's been made public about James O'Keefe, and he denies having done it. But I go back to the criminal case involving the ne'er-do-well. It was some woman allegedly, potentially involved in drugs or some sort of nefarious behavior in some house where Ashley Biden had been staying, and this person found her diary and then marketed it. And the diary was extremely incendiary. The contents of the diary were extremely incendiary. And there was a period of time where we didn't know whether it was hers. But then as the case went on and the FBI was involved and they indicted, the DOJ indicted the thief and alleged that this was the Biden diary, we covered it here on this show. We did it carefully and we did it responsibly, but we covered it. Just as the media would have way sooner in this course of events had it been an Ivanka Trump diary that said anything, never mind what was in the Ashley diary. And what we have today is an update to the story because this defendant is about to be sentenced. And Ashley Biden herself wrote to Judge Laura Taylor Swain on April 8th to say she will not be attending the criminal sentencing for the woman who stole her diary, but she, now she has been sentenced. But she wanted to write a letter about why this woman should get jail time. And the judge just unsealed that letter received from Ashley Biden. Okay, she wrote things like, I am deeply saddened that I even have to write this letter because my personal private journal was stolen and sold for profit. Now, here is what the diary says, among other things, previously reported by the MK Show. This is, let's see, dated 1/30/2019. I've always been boy crazy. I remember pulling up my skirt in second grade and showing the boys my underpants. Hypersexualized at a young age. Hypersexualized at a young age. What does this do to? Was I molested? I think so. I can't remember specifics, but I do remember trauma. I remember not liking the name of some unknown last name house, their house. I remember somewhat being sexualized with Caroline. We don't know who that is, but there is a first cousin named Caroline to her. I remember having sex with friends at a young age. Showers with my dad, probably not appropriate. Being turned on when I wasn't supposed to be. And then she goes on to call her mother not emotionally available and so on. So here is the daughter of the sitting president saying she thinks she was molested when she was a child. She remembers the trauma, though not the specifics. In searching for said specifics, she mentions inappropriate showers with her father and being turned on when she wasn't supposed to be. I'm sorry, but this is a story by any measure, and it gets a complete blackout from the media because they just want to say, well, stolen. Well, now it's on record, just like the Hunter Biden laptop, as belonging to the child of the president, who's a grown adult now. And still, they won't report. Still, they will protect him.
I was on an order for Joe Biden. I was taken to somewhere where there was an orgy party. There was a contest going on. There's a certain part that has a shrine where I was taken. I was taken and told that I had to give a blowjob to Biden.
So Joe Biden was there at this shrine.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'll introduce what I know about you, and then you can get further into it. So you were a child that was by your own mother given up to authorities for sexual acts.
Yes.
How young were you when this started?
CPS reports say that I was 3 months old. I remember as far back as to when I was 4. The first time that I was in shock from something that happened to me. The first time that it was just too much for me to handle. But yeah, I was about 4 years old the first time I was assaulted, raped.